Our presentation is on famous Canadian athletes, Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky, and it's presented by Michael Dodge.
Curtis Molt.
And Jeff Robinson.
Background on Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr was born in Parry Sound, Ontario in 1948. His passion for hockey started at a young age and grew as he did. Even at a young age, he was showing great promise in attracting fans, building a reputation for himself.
Bobby Orr was famous because he was the only defenseman to this day to ever win the Art Ross Trophy as the leading scorer, and he did this twice. He revolutionized the defenseman position with incredible end-to-end rushes and amazing scoring feats. He was voted as the greatest athlete in the history of Boston over any baseball and basketball athletes.
Along with all those achievements, Bobby Orr also won plenty of awards. He was a three-time recipient of the Hart Trophy in 1970, 71, and 72. He was a two-time recipient of the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1970 and 72, an eight-time consecutive recipient of the James Norris Memorial Trophy, and an eight-time pick for the first team All-Star.
Bobby Orr's career. Bobby Orr played on the Oshawa Generals team in 1962-63 season at the age of 14, and he played with them for 4 years. Bobby then signed with the Boston Bruins at the age of 18 in 1967, playing on the team for 8 years before leaving. After Bobby left Boston, Bobby signed a $3 million contract with Chicago Blackhawks in 1976, but only played for 2 seasons. Bobby Orr retired in 1979 due to severe knee injuries and was elected into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
After retiring, Bobby Orr contributed to several charities and programs. One being the Orr Hockey Group, which is a group that offers advice and support to players to help them reach their peak potential both on and off the ice. A recreational program that teaches not only hockey but important values such as respect and responsibility, and plenty more life lessons that can be learned through the sport.
Bobby Orr's records and stats at the end of his career were phenomenal for a defenseman player. At his retirement, he had 11 standing records that still hold. He had played 657 games, scored 270 goals, had 645 assists, racked up a total of 915 points, spent 953 penalty minutes, scored 73 power play goals, and had 15 shorthanded goals.
Wayne Gretzky's background. Wayne Gretzky was born in Brantford, Ontario on January 26 in 1961. He played in the NHL for 20 years and has 5 children.
Gretzky is famous as he has set 61 NHL records and scored a total of 215 points in one season. He has scored over 1,000 points in 16 seasons, won 4 Stanley Cups. He is the only player to ever have his jersey retired and never have the number worn again in the NHL. He skipped the mandatory wait time before being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. In 1990, he was named Male Athlete of the Decade, and he has the most goals, assists, and points overall scored by any player in the National Hockey League history.
Wayne Gretzky also had his fair share of awards, as he was a 9-time recipient of the Hart Trophy, a 10-time recipient of the Art Ross Trophy, a 2-time recipient for the Conn Smythe Trophy, a 5-time recipient for Lester B. Pearson and Ted Lindsay Award, and 5-time recipient for the Lady Byng Trophy.
Wayne Gretzky's career. By age 13, Gretzky had scored over 1,000 goals. He played for 4 NHL teams throughout his career, including the St. Louis Blues, New York Rangers, Los Angeles Kings, and Edmonton Oilers. He scored a total of 894 goals, 1,963 assists, 2,857 points, all in a total of 1,487 games. In his retirement, Gretzky kept working with hockey. In 2002, he led the Canadian Olympic team to a gold medal as the general manager, and he was part owner of the Phoenix Coyotes and coached them from 2004 to 2009.
While Wayne Gretzky clearly had the higher stats than Bobby Orr, he was a forward player, and he played a lot more games than Orr did. However, as a defenseman, Bobby Orr still managed to score the most goals than any other defenseman, which is incredible in its own right. Both were phenomenal players, and they dominated in their positions as great Canadian athletes.